Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about some shifting perceptions when it comes to the way the American people view Trump. And we're going to answer a question about how that might play into his eventual sentencing if he is convicted. And it goes back to this poll. And the poll is from Politico Ipsos here. And the question is, do you believe Donald Trump is guilty in, and then it lists like 4 of his cases. In 3 of them, a majority of Americans believe he's guilty. The documents case, the Georgia election case, and the federal election case. Those are in order 52, 51, and 51%. The falsifying business records, which is the New York case, that's at 48%. I mean, that's a political concern for the former president. I mean, if you have that many people who believe you are guilty of crimes, some of them, you would think, wouldn't vote for you. The other thing that is interesting is that it's not across the board. The numbers aren't the same for the various cases, which means people are making different determinations based on the case, which means it isn't just a bunch of very partisan people chanting "lock him up." The other thing that is incredibly interesting about it is you would think that if, 52% said yes, 48% said no. No, that's not the case. In the documents case, it is 52% yes, 25% no. And the Georgia case, 26% no. The federal election case, 26% said no. The New York case, 23%. So half the country believes he's guilty, and about a quarter believes he's not. It's a lot of undecided, and to really stand a chance, he's got to get them all. Then the part that really prompted the question here. If Donald Trump is convicted in the 2020 election case, the punishment should be 18% no penalty, 12% financial penalty only, 16% probation but no prison, 50% imprisonment. 50% imprisonment. That should definitely be a flashing warning sign for his campaign. That's something that people should be paying attention to. The thing is, I don't think his strategist or Republican strategist are going to look too hard at that until after the primary. Now, the question that came in with all of this: what are those numbers about the preferred punishment when it comes to the way Americans see it? What are those numbers going to do when it comes to sentencing? Are they actually going to influence it? The idealistic answer is no, of course not. They're definitely not going to do that. It's a federal case. It's going to go by the points and all of that stuff. And that's true. Realistically, it shouldn't. And it probably wouldn't impact the judge's decision a whole lot. However, if a majority of people demonstrate consistently that they are okay with imprisonment, it might make a judge be less likely to protect the institution of the president. If the public polling consistently shows that Americans want him to do time for it, a judge may be less likely to come up with alternate ways for him to serve his time. That's been the big question. In many ways, bigger than is he ever going to be sentenced. It's more like, what's his sentence going to be? And one of the things that always comes up is how they're going to accommodate a former president. If the majority of Americans continue to say that they think he should go to prison, there may be less pressure to make extreme accommodations for the former president. But that's really the only way I can see it impacting it. I don't think a federal judge is going to check the polling, before they just use the sentencing recommendations presented in court. I don't think that's going to come into play. However, if there is consistent outcry saying that he needs to do time, they may be less likely to provide more comfortable surroundings for the former president. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.